April 1st, 2025. I'm in Stonington, Connecticut. I'm going to cover the Stonington Borough, sometimes referred to as Stonington Village area. Right now I'm in a cemetery, but I'm going to slowly work my way out this narrow passageway here. And I'm going to jump onto, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is North Main Street. Yes, it is. I don't know if I've ever done, I've done hundreds and hundreds of these videos, so I was kind of racking my brain to try to remember whether I ever covered Stonington Village or the borough. I've done it on foot. I have several videos of, other Stonington Borough activities, like they have a lobster trap tree down there, and I recorded that video of that around the Christmas season. But I don't recall doing a full comprehensive Stonington Village high resolution video where I cover the real heart of the town. It's a beautiful area. Signs right there: Historic Stonington Borough, Old Lighthouse Museum, Antiques Trail. This is a gem. If anybody ever comes anywhere near, maybe if you go to the casino, you're from out of state or whatever, you gotta come down to the borough of Stonington. It's just absolutely beautiful. Park, walk around, the architecture, the old homes built in the 1800s, 1700s. As we enter, I just got off of Alpha Avenue. Okay, workers ahead. I'm on Water Street. This is Water Street, right? This little section right here. I'm going to drive all the way down this dead center right now, and then I'll cover other side streets and things like that. But this is, according to my GPS, Water Street. So to the left and to the right, wow, they have a full-size donkey out there. It's a replica. It's not a live donkey. Antiques, beautiful restaurants, shops of every kind, clothing. This is must. Noah's Restaurant to my left. That's a very famous, highly regarded restaurant. It's been there for decades. So many stores back there I can't even begin to name them. I'm cruising fairly slowly down the street. There's nobody behind me. Speed limit here is 20 miles an hour. It's a very narrow street. People park on, obviously you can see on the right hand side there. So yeah, anything more than 20 would be very dangerous. But the houses alone, just the old world charm, it's just everywhere. It's everywhere you look. It's overwhelming. If you've never been here the first time, you'll be overwhelmed. To the right, you see that brick. That used to be a factory. There was a massive fire there several years ago. They rehabilitated it. Now I believe it's, really high-end condominiums. But it's, they were able to restore that after that devastating fire. The fire was so bad that houses across the street melt. They had, the siding was melting. It was just, there's such a force Okay, Water Street, yeah. Water Street goes all the way down. Gets extremely narrow down here. To the point where some cars have to, it's difficult to get by. I don't know why this guy's pulling over that much, but I have a large car here. I slip right through. Anyways, you're going to get a water view down here. I think this is Dubois Beach. Dubois Beach. This is called East Lawn down here. It's a big area. I'll point this thing in different directions. I'm not going to linger too long down here, but I want to cover some of the side streets up there in the village, in the borough. All right, so there's that section of your beautiful view, Stonington Point. There's a big sign out there. This is Stonington Point. And now I will go in this direction. I don't know, what is that over there? I don't know. Napatree Point. Watch Hill, possibly off in the distance. Probably. I don't know. And I'm going to cruise very slowly to grab as much footage as humanly possible down this little area. And we're going to get out of here and go on some of those side streets. This is an easily walkable little town, this village, this borough. You park, and directly to the right, you're not going to be able to see it, but there's a lighthouse museum. That's a must-see. Very old lighthouse. All right, I'm going to drive back the way I came, and then I'm going to go down towards the dock. And then I'll cover more streets. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to approach this. I'm going to try to cover as much of the side streets that I can, because, there's just a lot to see. There's nothing down here. If you come on a weekend, on a Saturday or a Sunday, and you just come to walk around, maybe have a camera, take pictures or whatever, just window shop, whatever it is you do, you can spend hours. You'll spend all day long. Ocean Bank, I love that beautiful bank right there. It's actually, right now, it's Dime Bank. All right, I got to turn here. This street only goes down so far. You really got to keep your eyes open down here. There's a parking lot. Let's take a look. I guess sometimes you make these mistakes and they turn out to be okay. Breakwater Restaurant, right there. That's directly on the water. It's built literally over the water. You can see that in the distance on this blisteringly sunny day. By the way, it's extremely windy today. Let's get you another view of the other side of those now condominiums. But right there, there used to be a factory of some kind. As a matter of fact, when I turn right up here, you'll be able to get a better view of the factory from this, or the condos from this angle. I'm going to take a right down. I don't want sometimes I get a little carried away. There's other condos, these homes right here, that they built. Many of these this kind of a strip right here to my right. Well, there's not that many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a decent amount, but direct waterfront views that are off the charts, gorgeous. And okay, you can see some of this. This is called Stonington Commons. Right there. All right, now I didn't expect to do this, but guess what? I'm glad I did. But I'm going to head down down to the docks right now. There's cannons over there slightly to our left. I hope my camera's picking that up. I gotta really watch it. These streets are very narrow. But I mean, look at the beautiful homes. It's ridiculous. I mean, right there, that stone. You gotta get down here. I can't emphasize it enough. And how absolutely gorgeous. I come down here a lot, my wife and myself, just to photograph, walk around on weekends and take pictures. I'm going to do these side streets shortly. I'm on Main Street. Right now, this is Main Street in the heart of the borough of Stonington Village. I mean, this is it. You got your houses. There's a prominent, the pillars on the house to the right, the Doric columns, and it's stunning. I mean, this is a little camera on a car. It's recording video. Okay, you can see things. You get down here on foot, I guarantee it'll blow your mind. I mean, this is New England hardcore, fishing village activity down here. The history, it's... let me keep going. Sensational. There's a big church right to our left. All right, I said I was gonna head down the docks, and that's what I'm gonna do. There's only so much, so far I can go out. I can't really... Well, you'll see it when I get down there. We'll get a look. There's a lot of boats, a lot of big fishing boats down there. I'm on Broad Street right now. This little street is Broad Street. There's a ancient cemetery, Robinson Burial Ground to my right, early 1700s. Back there, that's another thing to explore if you're into that type of, the history of these. Some of the names and the headstones that are in there would be very, very interesting to a lot of people. Directly in front of me is a little park. It's just a little green plot of land right there, but they have the lobster trap tree. It's obviously not there now, but in the winter, in the seasonal kind of Christmas time. Okay, let me get out in this section. But that lobster trap tree is definitely a must view. I mean, you gotta get out here and see that. Again, I have a video. You can take a look at the video I have on my channel right now if you want. But you got to get down here live. That video doesn't. It's all right. I mean, I'm happy with it, but you can see the fishing boats. Let me get over here. There's a big anchor right in front of us. And there's a decent view. But we're not going to linger. We're not going to linger. We got a lot of territory to cover. I'd like to do it as efficiently as humanly possible. Again, I'm driving real slow. Actually, let me back up so you can get a look at this large, what I believe to be a fishing vessel called Furious. But this is where the action is as far as fishing, lobstermen, and I don't know how much. I mean, you can see a lot of lobster traps, and there's fishing boats there. I'll try to... There's only so much I can do in a car, obviously. I mean, I have another video that kind of a comprehensive walk around that area back there. I'll link it if I remember. So the lobster trap tree would be directly in front of us, like with 30 feet in front of that view back there. Let's see. I'm fisherman parking only, active work zone. I'm not going to get down here, but this gives you kind of a long range view. To the right, you see a lot of fishing boats. Some of them are probably out right now. To the left, there's lobster traps everywhere. Right in front of me, let me get up as close as I can. There's more Stacy and Geel, that fishing boat. But this is an absolute must, have to do day trip that if you miss it, you'll be making the biggest mistake you ever made in your life. I can't emphasize it enough. I mean, I know I sound completely over the top, but you'll thank me. If you've never been here, you'll thank me. All right, let's cover some of these side streets. There's a lot of them. I mean, these things zigzag all over the place. All right, I'm going to try to figure out a way to do this. I don't know if I can cover every single solitary one of them, but I'll work my way around. I'm on Pearl Street right now. Real estate down here is incredibly valuable. I mean, I've seen conventional houses. They're all nice, but, $1.5 million. There's a church, United Church of Stonington, directly in front of us. I hope that camera's picking it all up as I try to... let me go left here. Let me cover some of these side roads back here. Oh yeah, there's a stone house. I'm gonna turn right on Broad. Right there, that stone house. This is a dead end. Okay, I didn't know that. Although I think there is a way out of here. I've been down here so many times, it's just hard to remember. Okay, I can get off on Cliff Street. I can take a right on Cliff. I can't... I'm just realizing I'm not going to be able to cover every single square inch of the borough because I would have had to go down that dead end, but that would have required me doing some serious gymnastics, backing up, and it's a little bit too much. Again, we don't want to get into our 4-hour videos. I'm trying to make this livable, a decent length. Somebody moving in down here. If I'm not mistaken, this will be another dead end. I gotta turn around. Well, wait a minute. Let me back up a little bit. I'll get down Hyde Street. There's a lot to do down here. You can just wander for hours. Okay, there's that big water tower. Yeah, I'm not going to get down there. That's a dead end, and there's a big puddle. We had a lot of rain, so that could have... Actually, let me back up. I want to see if I can get this yellow house in frame. It's to my left. Right there. I hope I'm getting it, because that's a beauty. There's so many houses. Again, you can just... I'm like a kid in a candy store in a town like this because I do a lot of photography. And a place like this, you can come back here literally an infinite... You could never... It's a lifetime's worth of photography down here. You would never be able to possibly grab everything that you could photograph. This is another dead end, no turnaround. Well, I gotta be able to turn around somewhere. So I'm gonna back up in this. And let me get down here a little bit. Hopefully you can see over that wall is a beautiful home straight ahead. But that's, I think it's called Salt Acres, I think. It's hard to read. It's quite a distance. I'm going to back up, work my way out of here. A lot of dead ends. That's why I say, some of these streets I may end up missing. There's more beautiful condominiums in front of us. It's a old school that was converted into really multi-million-dollar condos. And let me think here. If I take a look at the home in front of it, it's just, guys, I'm going a little bonkers down here because of all the stuff that I'm looking at and thinking about photographing the next time I come down here. I came down here the last 2 weekends in a row just to take photos. I'm going to pull over here. There's no traffic right now, so try to line this thing up, get a shot of that old church right there. I hope I got it. This is appropriately named Church Street. The Steamers, Neptunes, Pioneers. What is that? There is a fire department to my... Well, maybe not. Borough Hall. I don't know. It looks like a fire department, but I could be wrong. Back there to my right. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go left. Being very mindful of the fact that a lot of these streets... Okay, let me get down the length of this. Being very mindful of the fact that a lot of these streets are one way. But I'm back on Main Street, heading in the opposite direction of where I was before. Portuguese Society is back there. As I slowly cruise down Main Street, through one of my favorite places in Connecticut, in the entire state of Connecticut. This is by far one of my favorites. Still on Main, so Main ends here. It says no left turn wrong way, so that's only foot traffic if you want to go left. Did not know that. Well, there's got to be a way to get down there. That is intriguing. So what does that tell me? That tells me if I go up here and somehow take a left. Okay, this is one way, so I can't do that. There's got to be a left somewhere up here. There is. Right there, Omega Street. So hopefully this will bring me way back. So then I can zigzag my way up and down. Boy, it's probably worth going down there, although that is... I'll just get down here a little bit and then I'll back up because I can't. There's no turnaround down there. But that gives you a view. Oh, wait a minute. There's a street down here. Hancock's Street. That's a pretty good view right there. This is going to be tight. I can't really get in there because there's a bench to my right. But I'm liking that view. Wow, this home to the right sold. Some lucky person's going to be living directly on Waterfront with an incredible view. I'm on Hancock Street. I'm going to be taking a left onto Diving Street. As I carefully look both ways and obey all the rules of the road. Look at that yellow, the colorful. I mean, this place is gorgeous. It is a gemstone. Now, if I go right, that puts me back on Main Street, believe it or not. So, if I take a right here, that puts me on Ash Street. It doesn't say dead end, but it is, in fact, a dead end, so I'm not going to get down there. It's only a tiny little street. They could all, to my right, it kind of makes sense they would all be dead ends. I'll take a chance at the next one, but I got a funny feeling. Let's see, Wall Street. I like the name of that. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, down at the end of Wall Street, I think you might be able to park. It's either this one or another similar area that you can park and then kind of hike. There's a little, okay, let me read this down here. Wall Street, let's see, Dodge Paddock Beal Preserve, Avalonia Land Conservancy. History of Dodge Paddock. I'm just reading signs, basically. Don't know if you can see over that wall. Probably not. This camera's not that high. But I'll turn around. I'll try to get as many views down here as I possibly can. But if you can see beyond that wall, and I don't know if you can, there's rocks that kind of go out into the water. You can walk around there and hike. It's a trails and things like that around here. Shoreline public access. I've done it. I've hiked down here. It's another day trip. It doesn't take long, but I mean, if you want to really enjoy and relax and soak it all in, then yeah, you're not going to just rush through that back there. But definitely worth checking out. Definitely, no question about it. That's a must. That's a must. All right, let's see if we can if I drive down Wall Street straight ahead. Okay, we've already covered some of that, so I'm going to go right and check out some more of these side streets. All right, what do we have here? I don't know. There's no... Okay, well, it's a dead end. It doesn't say dead end, but there's no outlet, so yeah, I gotta turn around. This is gonna be tricky. There's not a lot of room down here to turn around. This is a relatively big car. This is not a little compact vehicle. Look at that garden right there. Right there. Somebody's working on it. Some woman walking her baby up there. All right, let's cover some more territory. Again, I got to be real careful getting out of here. It's not like people speed. They don't. But in general, they don't. I haven't seen anybody do that down here. Okay, here's another right. What is this? Well, we'll get a look at some other houses. Whoa, wait a minute. No parking. Yeah, this is... I can't get out of here. I got to back out. That's why this street is better off... This, village, this borough, Stonington Borough, is best observed on foot. This is a general, kind of a overview, but to really hit this thing hard, you got to do it on foot. Okay, I already covered a lot of these to my right. Did I do Grand? I'm going to take a look down. Grand. All right. We'll do a touch of Grand. And if I get lucky, I'll be able to continue. Some guys working. Everybody looks at my camera that is mounted on this car. Let's drive down. That was Cliff Street briefly. I'm on Denison Avenue right now. Orchard Street. I'll take a left onto Orchard. And that's going to bring me back to, yeah, that yellow house. Oh, if I had a camera with me right now. Yellow Jeep in front of a yellow house. Let's grab this on. I'm going to just take a second and try to frame this up. I can't see my screen too closely, but right there. I'm just going to linger on this thing. If I had my, real professional camera, I would get out of the vehicle and take pictures of that thing right now. It's a rare scene. I'm on Hyde Street. I'm going to take a left on. Okay, this street I've been down earlier, but I'll be going back in the opposite direction so we get different views. This is Elm Street. Go up Elm. Elm brings us back out to Maine. All right, so I'm going to go... I know what I'll do. Decisions here. We have some decisions to make. And those decisions have to do with covering as much territory as humanly possible. All right, so this puts me back out to Water Street. So what I think I want to do, if I'm not mistaken, is go down, take my left, right here onto Gold Street. This is Gold Street. More beautiful houses. Every single square inch of Stonington Village, Stonington Borough, is filled with gorgeous houses. Every single one. That's what's so mind-blowing about this place. One of the many things that's mind-blowing. I'll get down the length of Gold Street. I mean, if you want to do antiquing, if you want to do, go to some real fine restaurants, if you want to get, look at paintings, artists, as I very carefully try to look both ways here. If artists, paintings, and I don't know, pottery, everything. This is your place. I'm not sure if this is okay, this continues down. Streets are very narrow. All right, this will bring us back out to Water Street. We get a good view of Noah's restaurant that I mentioned earlier. Right there to the right. And I'm going to wait a second. I got a vehicle coming down the road here. That's fine. Just for a second, I'm going to pull behind this car. It looks like an old, I don't know, Oldsmobile. Let me see if I can see it. Could be a Cadillac. Unfortunately, I can't read the front. Let's take a left up here. One way. Yep. We got off Water Street, and the GPS again, it takes its time. This is Union Street. To the right, I'll point my camera, so directly center is a really old house. It has 4 big columns. It looks like the White House. Doric columns, I guess that was the thing back then, that style. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was built in the 1800s. There was a sign there. I was looking when I was here last weekend. All right, let me get down Harmony Street. We're getting really unique views here of houses right there. We're going to get back on. We're getting off Harmony back onto Water. I am zigzagging up, down, and everything. I grant you, I'm going to miss some, but I think I'm getting the vast majority of the really important, the main crux of the situation. All right, we got to go back down Wall Street. We haven't covered this tiny little section of Wall Street right here. If you see a house you like, freeze the frame and check it out. All right, let me see. That's one way. No, that's not one way. Okay. I certainly can't go right. Let me keep my eyes open here. I'm going to take my next left if it isn't a one-way street. Some of these, nope, it says wrong way, but when you turn onto that street, it doesn't say one way, which is interesting. Like this Trumbull Street right there, do not enter one way. It makes perfect sense. All right, I'm starting to get my bearings. going to go back down Omega. I'm retracing some of my steps, but that's fine. Because I didn't take a left last time down School Street. Now what happens if I go right on School? Okay, there's nothing there. Good. This is one that I didn't cover. School Street. Wow, there's somebody over here with a small house with a 2-car garage. I mean, parking is especially a garaged parking down here is, really at a premium. All right, that's School. And okay, I think, I'm starting to think we covered most of the borough, with regards to driving. Again, walking around down here is a totally different experience. See, there should be a sign there. Wrong way. Actually, you know something? I know why it doesn't say one way. This is one of the tiny little streets I didn't cover. This little thing right here. Okay, this will put me back on Main Street. It's confusing if you're trying to cover every single solitary street like I'm trying to do. It is confusing. So I'm back on Main. This is, people bring their dogs, they walk their dogs down here all the time. Last time I was here, today's, I was just here like 3 days ago. And I swear I saw a dozen people walking different, really nice dogs. Beautiful animals down here. Okay, Union, I'm trying to see all the streets. I went down all of these. I don't see any that I missed. Let's see this. Yeah, okay, this is Grand. Yep, we did Grand. Did I go left on Pearl? Yes, I did. Well, I didn't go left. I think I came up Pearl earlier. We got a school bus. There's a slice of America right there. The kids getting off the bus. Person holding up the stop sign so they can cross, although I didn't see anybody cross. All right, I'll go further down a little bit. Maybe it's part of the borough. Person in front of me is throwing off a lot of, probably that vehicle's probably burning oil. I'm going to go straight behind this church, St. Mary's Church. All right, there's a fire station right there. Okay, there's the Stonington Borough Fire Department right there. There's a look behind the church. There, people working on the grounds. There's a real nice look at a beautiful home. There's several beautiful homes right there. Let me see if I can get this whole fire department in. There it is. We'll drive around a little bit more. Gather some more footage. down in this different section. That bridge that you see right there, that's where we came in on in the beginning of this video. That bridge right above us right now. All right, they got a lot of boats down here covered up. There'll be a lot of these things are going to be uncovered and put back out on the water real soon. They're getting everything ready. I mean, it's April 1st, guys. This things are happening fast. Matthews Park to the left of me. I'm on Matthews Street right now. Up here to the right, on the right-hand side, I'll see if I can turn this vehicle right there. There's nobody behind me. Hopefully you can see it. This is Dodson Boat Watch, Stonington, Connecticut. That's the Dog Watch Cafe, a very, very popular restaurant that's been there for a long time. Entering Borough of Stonington, Connecticut, chartered 1801, settled in 1752. I'm just reading a sign back there. I'm going to do one more little loop. We're done with the village. We're done with the village. I'm going to do one little loop. And one thing I haven't really been able to zone in on, I'm going to take a left on High Street, is the library. So I'm going to try to swing this thing over. I mean, I want to make sure there's nobody coming either way, just so I can point this thing at that library. Wait a minute. I can drive right up to it. I didn't know there was a road there. All right. So there's the library. Yeah, we don't want to miss that. That's crucial. Right dead center. Right there. It's open right now. Stonington Free Library. That's what the sign says up there. Stonington Free Library. Now, I got to somehow back out of here. I don't know how. You know what? Let me try to swing around. They don't leave you a lot of room. I mean, I'm not complaining. There's just, it's kind of tight. I can make out fine once I hit that circle. All right. I'm really glad I got that library. I did not want to miss that. Some more beautiful homes directly in front of us. Historic houses. That property was built in 1866. The one next to it, 1865. So that gives you a little taste of the time frame we're dealing with down here. I'm going to point this thing ever so slightly to the left. Hopefully you can see that other gorgeous home right there. Lindsay Coral Harper Interior Design. Okay, right there. So I'm going to work my way out of here. I'll keep recording a little bit. Maybe I'll get back to the location that I started this video. I'll go back to that location. We'll do like a full circle situation. I hope I'm not missing anything big. I hope, you don't live in, Utah right now and you say to yourself, the one street he missed was mine. I hope that didn't happen. But I think I covered as much as I could without, going down little tiny one-way streets and then backing up. I'm on Alpha Avenue going over this bridge that I pointed out earlier. We came in this way. So we are exiting the borough, or, sometimes known as Stonington Village. I'm going to get off Alpha Avenue and I'm going to head back to that cemetery. I'll try to find out the name of that cemetery when I pull in there. There should be a sign, I would assume. Okay, we're back out on North Main, so yeah, we covered a lot of territory back there. And I gotta keep my eyes open because this cemetery comes right up on you. Okay, I thought I might have missed it, but I think it's just up here on the right. There it is. "59 degrees. Crystal clear skies. Very windy." As we turn off of North Main Street into the Stonington Cemetery. That's the name of this. 1849. The Stonington Cemetery. Some of the names: Pendleton, Breed, a lot of Pendletons, Williams. I'm trying to read the names. It's tough. Hancocks, Holmes, Hyde, Wheeler. Just a sample. Turn this thing around. I'm going to put it in the exact spot that I started this. Cheesebro. That's a big, kind of a very important local name. Local, very, very prominent family. And this is where I started. I started right here, and we're going to end right here. That's the end of the video.